Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about how to get traffic on your website from day one. Today's topic is really oriented towards either new business owners, people who are just, you got a startup or you're launching a business and you're just getting out there for the first time, or for existing companies who have maybe been around for 20 years. You maybe have never had a website before, or your website's been so bad that you have no real traction out there with it. It's not ranking, it's not doing anything for you, so you're really basically starting at the ground level and building your web presence. So a lot of times people look at a website project and they see there's a substantial upfront investment in getting a website built, and people want to know, well, how long is it going to take before I start getting something out of the investment that I've made in my site? I'm turning it into a destination that people will want to go to. How do I get them there? And if you tell people, well, it could take 6 months to a year to build up the traffic that you're going to want to see on your site to start closing leads, that gives people pause, understandably. So one question that we get a lot is, well, how can I get traffic on my site sooner than that? And the answer to that question is actually very simple. It's Google AdWords. If maybe you already know what Google AdWords is and you just need another data point here to decide whether or not this is something you should try. If you haven't tried it before, you don't know if you can trust it. And if you don't know what AdWords is, here's a really basic primer. AdWords is a service that is offered by Google where you essentially pay them money and they will list your website with whatever little blurb of marketing copy that you have at the top of search results. It is called out as an ad. You're not actually buying search placement, but it looks very much like their search results. Any savvy internet user is going to know that these are ads, but they work. People click on them anyway. What's great about AdWords is that it's pay-per-click advertising, which means that you're essentially not paying any money unless people actually click on the ad. So unlike a television spot or a billboard maybe that you would run where you put it out there, people see it, you got exposure, but you don't know if you got any clicks or traffic or whatever. Maybe it's good for building your brand, but did it generate leads? So if you're in a business that's very heavily focused on your sales pipeline, getting leads, turning those leads into opportunities, closing sales. The nice thing about pay-per-click advertising is you take a lot of the unknown out of it. You know that somebody hit your site when you're paying for AdWords. And in terms of the cost, it's actually set at auction by other people in your industry, which means that if you're paying, say, $5 or $10 per click for traffic, it means that other people out there in your industry also thought that it was worth paying that much to get that traffic on your site. So for myself, I basically take that to mean that the pricing is pretty fair. So for ourselves, when we started our business, and this is one of the reasons I feel very comfortable plugging AdWords as a solution to the day one problem, is that at one time we were a new startup business. It was day one for us. We just launched a website and we needed to start bringing people in and making money. We didn't have a lot in the way of connections. We didn't have a lot in the way of traffic. The site was totally brand new. It wasn't ranking for anything. And we started with as little as a $500 a month budget on AdWords, and it started getting people on the site so that we could make connections, close sales, start building a network of people that could refer, and start bringing in revenue immediately, which, we needed. This was we started a company, this was our job now, and you need to bring in revenue. So AdWords solved that problem for us. If you're just looking for someone to say, hey, does this work or not, and you're maybe on the fence about it, I can say that it does work. It's important to have a solid business model behind whatever you're doing, but if you do have a solid business model in place, you've got a good profit margin on what each conversion is, what each closed sale brings in, then it's highly likely that AdWords is going to be a good fit for you. So I just wanted to give it that plug and say, if you want to answer this question, for my money, that's the answer. And it is a spend money to make money proposition, but if you've got a solid business model in place, you can fulfill the business that you close, that it's going to be profitable for you, and you can afford some cost of sale, this is a great way to tackle that problem. All right. That's it for our topic this week. I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in, as always.